This is KOAA News 5 at 6.
Hello, and thanks so much for joining us for News 5 at 6 on your Tuesday evening. I'm Diane Derby.
Good evening again. I'm Rob Quirk. We're staying on top of breaking news out of the Colorado Supreme Court. A bombshell ruling this afternoon. They removed former President Donald Trump from our state's Republican primary ballot, pending an appeal.
A lawsuit filed by a group of Republican and unaffiliated Colorado voters claimed Mr. Trump violated the 14th Amendment leading up to and during January 6th. News 5's Allison Zimmerman starts our in-depth coverage tonight with a breakdown of the ruling. Allison.
Rob and Diane, ultimately, Colorado's Supreme Court ruled in a 4-3 decision former President Trump is not eligible to appear on the ballot based on Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which says in part, no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office and have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Those who filed the petition to the court said Trump was ineligible for the ballot because of the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol. The state Supreme Court says Section 3 encompasses the office of the presidency and someone who has taken an oath as president. That reverses a ruling from the district court that said the former president was not considered an officer of the U.S. So what comes next? There could be an appeal from the U.S. Supreme Court. It would need to happen by January 4th. Colorado's primary ballot needs to be certified by January 5th. In studio, Allison Zimmerman, News 5.
Allison, thanks. Tonight we're hearing from the Trump campaign. His team quick to respond, saying they will be appealing that ruling to the high court. They called our high court's ruling a completely flawed decision. Their statement also read in part, quote, unsurprisingly, the all-Democrat appointed Colorado Supreme Court has ruled against President Trump, supporting a Soros-funded left-wing group's scheme to interfere in an election on behalf of crooked Joe Biden by removing President Trump's name from the ballot and eliminating the rights of Colorado voters to vote for the candidate of their choice.
We're also giving you a closer look at the 7 justices on the Colorado Supreme Court. It's led by Chief Justice Brian Boatwright. He was sworn in as a justice in 2011. Boatwright, as with the rest of the justices, were each appointed by Democratic governors, 6 of which have also won elections to stay on the bench. Justice Maria Birkenkotter is the lone justice to not face voters since she was sworn in 2021.
And this is not the first lawsuit filed trying to bar Trump from a state's GOP ballot. That makes this historic. What makes it historic is Colorado's case the first to succeed. This is something we've been tracking for you here at News 5 over the past several months. Take a look. Groups in Michigan, Minnesota, Arizona, and New Hampshire all filed lawsuits against the former president. They all have similar arguments. They believe Trump should be left off their state's ballot because he violated Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which was in question here. Courts in each of those states have dismissed each of the lawsuits. However, yesterday the legal battle moved on in Michigan. Plaintiffs challenging Trump's eligibility filed an appeal to that state's Supreme Court. We'll make sure to let you know the outcome of that appeal.